Welcome to Mystery of the Unknown. I am your host, Mike Allen. Tonight we explore the strange tale of an elusive creature so shrouded in mystery, even the most reasonable person would feel foolish believing in its existence. It is the right woman for the anti-man. Now, most credible scientists would tell you that there is no actual proof that this creature is real. But that hasn't stopped several of the most dedicated underground researchers from seeking out this mysterious being. Take, for instance, the case of Bigfoot Pucus.
I was walking through the woods on this here hunting trip, and I come across this big old brush. Now, when I got out there, I saw this pretty little thing stick her head up. Now, that's about the time I grabbed my camera. Well, I'm gonna shoot this one. I took some shots of her. I think she was, well, she was a pretty little thing. I think she was right for him.
What Bigfoot shot is now legendary video of the right woman for the anti-man walking through the woods. For some, this confirms her existence, but many are still skeptical. To analyze the video, we sat down with one of the leading right woman for the anti-man skeptics, the anti-man himself.
I've seen thousands of these so-called right women for the anti-man videos, and they always look the same. The camera's shaky, it's out of focus. As you'll see, the girl's back's always to the camera, so you can't see a look at their face. It's shot far away. In fact, I've seen this video a few times, and I've hypothesized that that's not even a woman. That's a blow-up doll that's been superglued to a deer's ass.
How does Bigfoot respond to these criticisms?
Well, I say them people are just scientific hillbillies, kind of like hippies, if you will. You know, they don't know a thing about a thing. I lived here in this woods for years, and I've seen things that would make your hair shrivel up and die. Now, if they want to go and disclaim me, they can go ahead, but they haven't seen through my eyes before. I know what's real.
But it's going to take more than faith to convince the anti-man.
These so-called sightings of the right woman for me always follow the same pattern. My friend's girlfriend has a friend who you think would work perfectly for me. We go on a date, things work well, we have some common interests. The second date ends with a hug, you're thinking everything's going well. Then the third date, something goes awkward, you apparently miss a cue. She's telling her friend that you're afraid that I can't commit. Next thing you know, she dumps me for some jock because she thinks that he can protect her because she doesn't know if I can be the man in the relationship. So as you can tell, they usually end up being false.
Now let's move on to a more disturbing encounter. A close encounter. Meet R.J. Riley.
See, I was watching, you know, the Deal or No Deal, and then the $1 million went off the board, and so I decided to go to bed. And I'm laying in bed, and I'm saying to myself how stupid the person was and how they could possibly pick the $1 million. And all of a sudden, this bright light came into the room, and I looked up, and I see this like figure, like a shadowy figure. And I'm like, you know, I'm thinking of all those hitman movies where they just stand over the bed and they just shoot you right in the middle of the eyes, you know, like right there. And they just grabbed me, picked me up, and I just saw this flash. And all of a sudden, I'm laying on this bed in this like ship, and there's like these like surrounded by women, and they just keep chanting the anti-man's name, and they want to know all these secrets, and they keep prodding at my head, and I don't know what they're talking about, because honestly, I don't know anything about the anti-man's love life, because honestly, he doesn't talk about it that much, even though, despite what people say. But they keep probing at my head, trying to figure out like his deepest, darkest secrets, and they didn't find out anything. That's all I know.
While this certainly is an incredible story, the anti-man questions the source.
Now I find this particular encounter very interesting. Now, according to this eyewitness's testimony, the right woman for me consists of someone with antennas, a laser gun, and who apparently likes to throw people on cold tables and shoot things in their face. Now I've been to clubs like this. I've yet to find the right woman there.
And how does Ryan respond to the attacks of his credibility?
Well, obviously, people are not going to believe me that there's actually women chanting the anti-man's name. So I have to actually like show them like the scars of like the probe sticking into me and everywhere, trying to figure out what the anti-man's all about, and it usually grosses them out, so they still don't believe me.
While RJ's encounter was disturbing, at least it wasn't haunting. Meet Mary Kay.
So I was cooking one night and I heard this really strange noise. So I put down my knife, come around the corner, and there she was. She was floating, she was wearing this flowing dress, her hair was just gorgeous and immaculate. So even though I was scared, I thought, hey, she would be great for the anti-man.
Mary could no longer feel comfortable living at home. So Mary decided to call the RWH.
So what inspired you to start hunting for the right woman for the anti-man?
Well, see, one time I saw her once, and I knew it was the right woman for it, and I went and I told people, and nobody believed me. So I'm finding her. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna find her. Getting a lot of heat through here.
As with the other cases tonight, the anti-man is skeptical of their methods.
Did you see it move?
When I run into these right women hunters, I'm always amazed at their lack of scientific knowledge, their lack of scientific credentials, their lack of scientific anything. In fact, I'm quite skeptical that they can even do math.
Some people have questioned your scientific methods for hunting them. What would you like to say to them?
They're wrong. I don't even know what they're saying, but they're wrong. Because we have equipment like this. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh. Well, okay, that doesn't work. But it's got wires. It's got lots of wires.
Look, now let's take a look at here. These men are so-called accredited scientists. Well, why don't we take a look at their equipment for a second? If you look really closely, you'll notice that that is in fact a Game Boy Advance with a SpongeBob SquarePants attached to it.
Okay. There. Ooh, it just spiked. It just spiked.
Thanks, guys.
It's gone. But I had it. You forgot the batteries. How am I get?
So let's say that you catch them. How exactly are you going to catch her if you find her?
We have a gun.
Will that kill her?
Depends on if we. Hopefully not.
What we have shown you here tonight, some would say, is proof. But what it really boils down to is just one man's opinion.
While these people may be well-intended, they're led by the misguided belief that there's a right person out there for everyone. That might work in greeting cards and romance songs, but there's no scientific evidence to support this. Trust me, I've been studying this topic for 31 years. I should know.
But is this still just about one man? Or is this something that we can all believe in?
I don't know. I mean, it's skeptical. There's people that want to believe and people that don't want to believe. Now, I guess I'm just one of them reckoning that have some faith, you know.
For Mysteries of the Unknown, I'm Mike Alvin. Good night.
I did have one problem. I don't know if it was how fuzzy the picture was or not, but she looked kind of like she had her mustache. Really? But you know what they say about a girl with a mustache, don't you? Girl with a mustache can keep you warm at night, because she got all that extra hair.